All right, you guys got love for Mr. and Mrs. Munger. I want him to make some noise right now. Let's go. Introducing the world, Mr. and Mrs. Sean and Michelle Munger. Yeah, let's go, let him hit. All right, that's the way to make an entrance. That's what I'm talking about.
You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes, indeed, you have been making promises and agreements in an informal way. All those conversations that were held riding in a car, over a meal, or during long walks, all those sentences that began with, when we're married, and continued with, I will, and you will, and we will. Those late night talks that included someday, and somehow, and maybe. And all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All those common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we promised, and hoped, and dreamed? Well, I meant it all, everywhere. Look at one another and remember this moment in time. I will. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, and even teacher, for you have learned much from one another in these last few years. Now you shall say a few words that take you across a threshold in life, and things will never be quite the same between you. For after these vows, you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife.
What's it been, like 22 years now?
That's quite a few.
Man, I remember when it all first started. It's a cold, rainy October morning. You just got your driver's license. I remember sitting in homeroom. To my left, 6'2", 230-pound Tim Mitchell. To my right, 103-pound soaking wet Sean Munger. You two talked about going to breakfast on third period. I remember you turned to me and asked me if I wanted to join in. I told you I had English class. Just looked at me and said, just skip it. Before I could say anything, I looked into those beautiful blue eyes. I couldn't say no. So it was those same beautiful blue eyes that convinced a handful of us to paint our bodies, put on a headdress, stand out in negative 30-degree weather, and cheer on the football team. It's like staring in the eyes of the Night King and say, just one more. It has led to many hangovers. So those blue eyes that convinced a handful of us on one of our Vegas trips to put all our money on one roll of roulette. So recently I had the chance of talking with some friends and family, and we all agreed on one thing. We all agreed that you still are that guy. You still are that guy that would give the shirt off his back. We also agreed on the fact that you're so positive, you look on the bright side of things. You know, any obstacle that's in your way, keep your head up, your eyes open, and you keep moving forward. Now, a lot of that has to do with that beautiful woman sitting right next to you. Michelle, I remember recently we were all at Peter and Stevie's house, and Sean tried to impress a couple of us by bringing some craft beer.
He doesn't know craft beer.
Now, little did Sean know that craft beer contained double the alcohol volume of his go-to Bud Lights. He drank them all. I remember looking over at the side of the bonfire, and there was Michelle standing over to Sean, talking to him as if he was one of her second grade students. She was like, "Now, Shawnee." All this, Sean sitting Indian style, crisscross applesauce on the ground. Michelle, you are the most welcoming, warm-hearted person I've ever met. I've never seen my best friend this happy, ever. Now, you know, recently we had the opportunity to get the kids together to go swim at Ray's pool. You gave Walter a kiss on the forehead. He looked up at you. And I saw this look on his face. It was a look I've seen before. It was the same look that Sean had on his face when we hit the jackpot at the arena. No, but the reality is, Michelle, Sean, Walter, everybody in this room hit the jackpot when you walked into our lives. I'm so grateful for that. I love you so much, both of you. I wish you nothing but the best. So I want you to raise your glasses. Here's to Blue Eye Baby.